It is Saturday morning, and I am warming up my truck to get ready to go to the district meeting. And then probably meeting a friend for coffee. I'll have to see. Hope your Friday night was uneventful, as mine was, because I stayed home. That is what I did. I did not go to Billy's or anything like that last night because I had something else planned to do this morning, and I need to get up super early, but anyway, that got canceled. So as a result, I'm able to go to Townhall, so I'm on my way to do that. I have made my coffee while I walk Kitten. So now I am good to go. Try to put on some makeup so not to scare the people. So, why do I do these lives? I do these lives because it's the only way I can record as much as I want. When I do it the other way, it always says recording limit reached. So to avoid that, I go live as a workaround. So while I was getting ready this morning and putting my coffee on, I was watching Say Sean Bradley, and I love watching him because he just makes so much sense. He's not immature or silly. He does give good information, and I really thought he was going to go in on this situation with Funky Dineva and T.S. Madison and Kaya. And the only point that he made was that Funky Dineva is just trying to get in the middle of Kaya and T.S. Madison's business, the same way this other child got tried to get in between.
Take the next right onto 42nd Avenue South.
Tried to get in on the Scorpion show, Mikhail and the other young man. And I have to say,
continue on 42nd Avenue South for 3/4 of a mile.
Okay. Long years ago, I used to watch the Scorpion show, but I stopped. And the reason why I stopped was, sometimes I'm okay with a little bit of candor. I'm going to call it candor. And I love truth and honesty, but there's a way to say things. That's his
continue
name,
on South 144th
Kevin.
Street for half a mile.
So it's Kevin and Mikhail. And I just felt that Kevin was, anyway, his candor was a bit too much for me, so I stopped watching the show. And I haven't watched it for a while. what I'm thinking about is, when you're a black gay, what are you primarily? You know, politically speaking, I'm on my way to a town hall meeting. Find out what's going on in the district. Besides rain. Are you black first? Or are you gay first? Or are you both? And if you're both, then what do black gays do to support the black community? And I guess what I'm trying to think is, I see the black community as being a very diverse community. Okay, very diverse. There's every kind of person, there's every kind of viewpoint, there's every kind of issue. For myself, I'm kind of something that doesn't really exist or doesn't survive. That's what I'll say.
In 600 feet, turn right onto Macadam Road South.
That doesn't survive in the black community. I'm not something that the black community nurtures. And I'm not sure that...
Take the next right onto Macadam Road South.
Homosexuality, I'm going to say that homosexuality is also something that is not nurtured in the black community. This is what I don't understand about the black community. Okay, if there's so few of us, why is it that so many of us are cast off, or the black community feel like they can just throw away different ones in the black community? You know, this is what I think. I'm just gonna say it. I think that in the beginning, there were indigenous black people here. And those were the ones who really could work the land and all of that. I think that the house black people or indigenous people.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto South Center Boulevard.
A different set of black indigenous people here in North America. I think that on the East Coast, there were already...
Turn left onto South Center Boulevard.
Already nations set up on the East Coast. And I think that they were the ones who met a lot of the English settlers. On the West Coast, I think that that's where other settlers met people from Russia, China, Australia, maybe not Australia, but if you understand what I'm trying to say, different parts of America met different tribes of black people, or different nations of black people here in North America. And each one of the peoples had different...
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto 61st Avenue South.
What? Oh no, I'm not getting on the freeway. Okay, so anyway.
Take the next right onto 61st Avenue South, then use the left lane to turn left onto Tukwila Parkway.
Reroute yourself, sweetie. So anyway, different communities of black people have a different history, a different heritage, a different manner of thinking. They're different people. Just because you have brown skin does not mean that you all are the same. You are not the same, okay? And the East Coast, people of color are completely different from the Midwest, from the West Coast, from the South, the island people. They're completely different people, and they do not mix and they do not gel. And most black people can tell who is their kind of black and who isn't. They can tell. Here's where the weirdness comes in. Here's where the weirdness comes in. Rachel Dolezal. Or here's where you can see who black people are. Really. I'm here in Washington State. I'm in Western Washington. Over on the other side of the mountains is Eastern Washington. In Eastern Washington, they've got NAACP, right?
Take the next right onto Interurban Avenue South.
So, I'm from Houston. I went to Houston Baptist
In 800
University.
feet, turn right onto the I-405 North Ramp to Renton, Everett.
And this person, Rachel Dolezal, went to a black university and sued them for discrimination. Then
Turn right onto the I-405 North Ramp.
I am not getting on the freeway. Okay, so anyway. Stupid thing. Okay, so Rachel Dolezal, getting back to Rachel Dolezal. She went to a black university. She wants to be black, but she's white. She's white. And I've gone to NAACP meetings here in Western Washington and had people be really ugly to me just because I'm from Texas.
In 600 feet, make a U-turn.
I know.
Make a U-turn, then use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the I-405 North Ramp.
I'm from Texas, but my skin is still brown.
In 1,000 feet, make a U-turn at Taco Bell.
Okay, my skin is brown. Rachel Dolezal's skin is not brown at all, but she could be president of the NAACP, and I can't even attend a NAACP meeting without there being hostility from black people here in the Seattle area. Okay, so explain that. Explain that. Now, the reason why I'm saying black or I'm talking about black folks is because my skin is brown. Okay?
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the I-405 North Ramp to Bellevue.
As my non-black friend reminded me that, white people got issues too, my Hispanic friends remind me that the Hispanics have a problem too, from Guatemala to Panama to Spain to Honduras to Cuba to Puerto Rico, all these Spanish-speaking people.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the I-405 North Ramp.
Who make a difference among other Spanish-speaking people.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-405 North.
So it's getting long. What's my point? My point is that I'm on my way to a town hall meeting. I'm going to be one of the few black people who are going to be there. It's not a huge difference because I'm one of the few people in the 11th district.
Make a U-turn.
Who will be there, okay? Most of the residents who live in the 11th district will not come. And I must say that I just do what I can. In the final...
Continue on Southwest Grady Way for 1.5 miles.
Okay. In the final analysis, what it really boils down to, no matter what color your skin is, no matter what people accept you or don't embrace you, no matter how you've been treated, no matter what your story is, whether your mom passed away or your mom mistreated you or your mom was loving and caring, what really matters, what it comes down to is, are you doing what you can do? Do what you can do. We all, as adults, we have a responsibility, being citizens, to vote, go to town hall meetings, go to city council meetings, whatever. Do that if you can, when you can. It doesn't really require much except just show up. Just show up and listen, you know. Then as you're driving down the streets in your district, you notice some things. You understand that what your district is working on as far as development, infrastructure, schools, the budget, and what to expect down the road, you know. Because as adults, that's information that we need to have. You know, when you were a kid, you didn't know how bills got paid and how much different things were, the groceries, what the budget was for the household, if there was a new couch going to be ordered for the living room, you know, what color it was going to be, what style, new carpet, whatever. You know, that's something that the adults in the household discussed. And
in 1,000 feet, turn right onto Washington 167 South, Rainier Avenue South.
And it wasn't something that was discussed with the children. Okay? So, in the same way with our district, this is our house. This is where we live.
Take the next right onto Washington 167 South, Rainier Avenue South.
This is where we live. Okay? And decisions are being made by the adults.
Continue for 1 mile.
These decisions are being made and being discussed by the adults in the house, in the district. And the adults go to the meetings. The adults are part of the discussion. The adults weigh in on the decisions that are being made. That's it. If you are an adult and you refuse to take part in what's happening in your own house, that creates dysfunction. That creates problems in the household and puts all the responsibility on the ones that are the adults in the household. They have to make the decision, and whatever is done, you know, the adult who chooses not to be in there on the discussion may or may not like the choices that are made, you know. But hey, if you want to be a part of the decision making, then you have to be a part of the decision making. You want to know what's going to be done and how the money is going to be spent, then you have to be a part of what's going on and be in the know. I don't know if I'm supposed to go to City Hall or where. This thing ain't telling me nothing. Oh, it must be down there. I see people. Oh. Let's see how I can get over there. I don't think it's the carpenters. I don't know. Anyway, you know how I do. We keep it going until I get to my location. I just passed City Hall, so I know it's not there. So,
in 1,000 feet, turn right onto South 3rd Street.
See? It's not in the city center. Okay. Oh, what is wrong with this thing? I don't understand it. Okay. Oh, it's a lot of traffic today. And it's raining. Let's see what I can do. See, I was thinking that this town hall meeting would be in the city center, but it's not, which kind of trips me out, man. Because that's what I expected, you know? But it's not in the city center. That means it's up on the hill.
Take the next right onto Wells Avenue South,
Yes,
then turn right onto South 3rd Street.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm doing. So, anyway, I can't go that way.
Turn right onto South 3rd Street.
That's a one-way street. How's your way? All right. This is 3rd. Yes, it is. And here I go. Okay. So,
continue for half a mile.
So, anywho, let's do this so you can see what I'm seeing.
In 1,000 feet, use the second from the left lane to turn right onto Bronson Way North. Use the second from the left lane to turn right onto Bronson Way North, then use the second from the left lane to turn left onto Sunset Boulevard North.
I talked to my mom last night, and she was going to a sleepover with one of her friends who is moving out of state. So I told her that let's see, what does it say?
Use the second from the left lane to turn left onto Sunset Boulevard North.
Sunset Boulevard North. Okay. So
in 800 feet, turn right onto Northeast 3rd Street.
Okay. So and so I said to her, you know, I want to get married and everything, and she was just like, that ain't never gonna happen in Washington State. Now, how she would know, and she never set foot in Washington State, but I think the word is out, honey. Especially in the black community. I also think that it is my mom's level of limited thinking, because I know ladies in their 80s who are getting married, and that's older than my mom, you know. Yes, honey, getting married at 81 years old. I was like, good gracious. 81. So, we'll see what happens. Have to see. But it is something that I want for myself, and You have to look at, am I wife material? And I would say yes. Because it takes a certain qualities to be a wife. I hope I just went the right way. I'm not sure. It takes certain qualities to be a wife. And then on top of that, I'm a certain kind of wife. Okay.
Turn right onto Northeast 3rd Street.
Okay. Yep, I'm going the right way. So it takes, I'm a certain type of a wife. Okay. So, see, I'm going up the hill. This also is a part of this city and a part of my district, the 11th. So, it looks like I'm getting up to the summit, passing Liberty Ridge. Let's see where I have to go from here.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Monroe Avenue Northeast.
Okay. Monroe Avenue. I'm just passing Jefferson. I'm on the top of this hill. And this is Monroe.
Turn right onto Monroe Avenue Northeast.
So I'm turning right onto Monroe.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Northeast 2nd Street. Turn left onto Northeast 2nd Street.
The King County Department of Transportation to the right and City of Renton Public Works to the left. I'm going to the Office of Emergency Services.
In 600 feet, turn right.
So turn right and look at this parking lot. It is virtually empty. See what I'm saying? See this? It's 1, 2, 3 cars. That's it. And I will be the fourth. Now, is this the place? I guess.
In 600 feet, turn right onto Northeast 2nd Street.
Did I go the right way? I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. So this is me.
Head south toward Northeast 2nd Street.
Well, I think I turned too soon.
Turn right.
Regional Communications and Emergency Coordination. Okay, so this is it.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
In a quarter mile, turn left. Can't think if I
Take the next left, then turn right.
I cannot think if I have. Oh, I think no, it's another place I'm thinking about. All right, this looks like a good turnout. Okay. Oh yes, honey, yes, this is wonderful. I like it. Because you know what that means? I can sit in the back and just observe.
Take the next right, then you will arrive at your destination.
All right, so I'm going to turn around and go park on the other side because there ain't no parking over here. Oops. Okay. Make sure. Is it over?
Yeah. Well, people are taking questions.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to go meet them and talk to them, that's fine. Yeah, but for those people, so it's just so park, go in and talk to them.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I want to go in and meet them and talk to them? No, not
You have
really.
arrived.
No, not really. But I just go in and show my face. So you gotta have faith. I gotta show my face. I've been elusive for so long. All right, I'm gonna take y'all in here with me because I'm just going in to show my face. So I'm gonna grab a few business cards so I can hand that to people. Not that they gonna call me, but it's just part of the process, I guess. It's what one does. I don't think I'll meet very many more people. I'm gonna see who's here from the 11th. All right. Show y'all this area at least. And of course it's raining. Jesus. Quite a few people still in there. It's like, ain't that nice? It's so clean. That's what I love. Nice. All right, I'm gonna turn y'all off. I'll talk to y'all in a minute.